everyone, I'm Allie, I'm a pronunciation expert.
Hi, and I'm Fedor, I'm the founder of Health Academy.
And we are here to teach you about the top mispronounced words in English. Fyodor is going to be here being my diligent student and mirroring the correct and incorrect ways to say them. He's a native Russian speaker, I'm a native English speaker. The first one we're going to start with is I, E, right? These aren't words, this is just the sound shift. So E is the sound that you guys have in Russian. Let's hear it.
E.
Great. What are some words with E in them?
Иголка.
What does that mean?
Инструмент.
Oh, I know. Instrument.
Хорошо.
Yeah. In English, we would not say instrument. We would say instrument. Yeah, so just try this new sound. So between... Perfect. Between these two sounds, what's happening inside your mouth? What do you feel going on in your...
The one that is E is closer here.
What do you mean closer? Yeah.
E. The tongue is high up. E, and the lips are flat. E.
Sure. Yeah, so by closer you mean the tongue, the back of the tongue specifically, like this part, not the tip of the tongue, right? We have to do it.
Let's go for it.
This is what makes all of your vowel sounds, so.
True.
Right. So the back of the tongue is high to the roof of the mouth. E. Maybe even the sides of the back of the tongue are pressing against your top teeth.
E.
E. Yeah? And then your lips, exactly, your lips are spread. E. Kind of into this smiley E space.
E.
Yeah. It's not always necessary for the lips, but it does help. Now, if we say what's different?
You don't actually need the lips to go.
Yeah, so the lips drop, lips are relaxed.
And the tongue drops, I think. Totally.
Tongue drops a little bit. The tongue is much more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
From E, the tongue is like, and then there's still a little bit of tension there. We're not going all the way to the sound of stupidity, but we are dropping the tongue a little bit. And sometimes I also say drop the jaw. So this part of your mouth opens and creates a little bit more space inside of your mouth. E. Great. So this brings us to the first mispronounced word, which is the word it, the pronoun it, like it. And oftentimes, non-native speakers will confuse this word with eat, as in to eat breakfast or to eat a meal. Yeah? So let's hear you say the difference between it, then going to eat.
It, eat. It, eat.
Pretty good.
It, eat.
Great. So let's say, it's raining.
It's raining.
That went a little bit more to like eats, like somebody's eating the rain. So
it's raining. It's raining.
Good. And now let's just be a little bit more casual about it. Less space in between the words.
It's raining. It's raining.
Great.
It's raining.
Great. So that's the first one, the difference between it and eat. Now, a few more words that use this same sound shift. The difference between the word live, as in I live in New York City, where your house is, where you're from, and leave, as in the verb to exit, to leave, right? You hear it's the same sound shift there. Live, leave. I think for these words in particular, it's important to try and say as little L as possible. We're not going to talk about this today, but the Russian L is slightly different than the English English language L. So just think about using your tongue as little as possible on the L's, which will free up space to be able to make this really like le sound. So let's just hear that for right now.
Live, leave.
Cool.
Live, leave.
Great. And can you drop your tongue even more, like really, we want this sort of pizza bella, like only the tip of your tongue. It's very Italian, that's why I said that.
Live, leave.
Yeah,
Live, leave.
Great. Much better than before.
You didn't expect that,
Cool.
huh?
All right, moving on to pitch, as in a business pitch. I'm going to pitch my idea.
We do that a lot.
Oh, yeah. And then peach, as in the fruit. So,
Confusing it can be funny, huh?
yeah, a business peach is very different than a business pitch, right? So let's hear it. Pitch, peach.
Pitch, peach.
That's nice.
It's important to remember which one is which one.
Yeah.
Pitch is a business pitch, and peach is something yummy that you eat in the morning.
Great. That you eat, right? Something yummy that you eat in the
Oops.
morning. Can you say, no, you did it right.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
say, I eat it?
I eat it.
Lovely. Perfect. All right. So we have it, eat, live, leave, pitch, peach. Now, shit versus sheet,
Ooh.
right?
Oops.
Very important not to mess this up. The amount of times I've been speaking to Russian students and they've said spreadsheet, we really don't want this
Spreadsheet.
we don't want this in a business setting. We're on our computers and we're talking about spreadsheets, not spreading shit.
Spread all over. Yeah,
So let's hear shit, this open short I sound, and then sheet.
Shit, sheet.
Good.
Shit, sheet.
Nice. Do it again.
Shit, sheet.
Great. Hear the difference?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Try it. Try it at home, folks.
Okay. Moving on. 2 more words in this e category. Next one, another bad word, but one that's very important for you guys to know is the difference between bitch and beach. So bitch being a bad word, it's a female dog technically, but it also means a terrible woman. And then beach is where there's sand and waves and the ocean and sunshine. So we don't want to mix these 2 up.
Nope.
Let's hear them.
Bitch, beach.
Great.
Bitch, beach.
Yeah.
So the sandy thing is beach. Beach.
Yes.
Beach. And the bad thing is bitch.
Yes.
Bitch.
Great. One thing that I do want to point out too is that a lot of times, because they're called short I and long E, there's these misperceptions about, oh, well, in order to say sheet the right way versus shit, I have to make the E vowel longer in the word. That's not necessarily true. Like, for example, for this pair, I could say bitch, beach, bitch, beach. Yeah, it's the same length.
It's more about the
time.
sound itself.
Exactly, and the sound, specifically, the biggest thing that's happening is your tongue. There's some lips movement, there's the jaw moving too, but the biggest difference is how high or low, or how tense or relaxed your tongue is at that point.
I can't get over spread shit, so I'm still thinking about it.
Can you try it just a little bit faster? Just repeat after me. Let's hear spreadsheet, spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet, spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, spreadsheet.
Great.
Yeah.
And can you get a really clear t on the end too? Spreadsheet?
Spreadsheet, spreadsheet.
Cool.
Spreadsheet, spreadsheet.
Cool. Great. Sometimes English speakers will aspirate the T, spreadsheet. Sometimes you won't hear it as much, spreadsheet. But it's nice to kind of practice both.
Maybe it's the first time I got it.
Awesome. Last word in this category, very similar to the word it, is the word if. Yeah, so that was the mispronunciation of it. If. What it really should be is if.
If.
So make up a sentence with the word if in it.
If the weather is good, we'll go to the beach.
Great! That sounds nice. Perfect. If the weather is good.
Yeah, if the weather is good.
Great.
Is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If.
Once you start thinking about it, you're all
Well, the way
worried.
that you become not worried about it is just by practicing
Yeah, of
every
course.
day.
Becomes automatic.
Right?
Naturally.
I tell my students to take a Post-it note and put 3 words that they're practicing, write it on that bright yellow sticky note, and stick it on their bathroom mirror. Then stick it on their bathroom mirror. And then every time you brush your teeth, you have to say those words 5 times, right? We're just trying to create any system where there's repetition for you to be listening and practicing and repeating.
Yeah, I guess it could be reminders on your phone too if you want to do it throughout the day.
Oh yeah, you can do it however.
Yeah.
Reminders on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
We have an online course. You probably know about it because we're here. But yeah, anything that you can do to continue this repetition of the correct words means that it's gonna hit you unconsciously. Let's go on to the second sound that we're talking about today, which is, we're sort of going into THs, but also still talking about E.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the difference between this and these.
This and these. Oh, we have THs now added. Okay.
Yeah.
This, these.
Good. So this means what?
This, you point at something and say this.
This.
Mm-hmm.
It's this. And these would be the plural of that. These
Many
things.
things.
These things. And make sure when we say these, there's a really good Z on the end.
These.
This ends with an S sound.
This.
And these. It's like THEEZ. These. Cool.
Good job.
So we're bringing into THs. Your THs are fantastic, by the way. But
I'm acting now, so
what?
I can make them really bad. This is a very good idea.
Great. So can you say this versus these the terrible way, like with a terrible Russian accent?
These and these, they will all be the same and kind of either this way or that way, but I think it will be E because it's the more typical sound for us. So we'll say these are very good people.
These are very good people, and this is a very good person. Yeah, no difference.
No difference.
So let's first fix the TH there. So let's go with the word this. From this to this, what's changing? You could probably just see it.
This, these, this, the tongue is between your teeth, this.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
So with this TH sound, the biggest thing is to get this part of your tongue through your teeth. I know it sounds crazy, or it feels crazy. It feels like you're sticking your tongue out. We do this as English speakers all the time. So you just have to be comfortable with it and know, this is where we live.
Thank you. Yeah, but it happens so fast actually in the real world that you never think of English speakers as like going around with their tongues out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy about that.
We don't.
So there are a couple different ways that you can do it. You can make this TH sound like this. Stick your tongue out more. Like put your teeth in the middle. Yeah. We can do that. Makes the same sound.
It's silly.
Yeah, we can do that. We can also kind of split the difference there and do, maybe half an inches out. So like even a little bit more than that. Then we can have just like a really tiny, tiny bit sticking through. And then after that, it goes to not sticking out at all. Some people can make it this sound without sticking their tongue out, but I wouldn't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You kind of
Thank
do
you.
it behind your teeth, but there's no reason to do it. It's much
No.
easier when you let it out, guys.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I want everybody to live between the second and third version of what we just did. Think about putting more of your tongue through your teeth than less. Because if you put less through, it's more tempting to just slip back into the, this, zen, that, those. We don't want this. The, this, then, that, those.
That, this, that, those.
Great.
Mm.
Cool. So this brings us to the next word, which is just the. The.
The.
The. T-H-E.
The. It's the article?
The article.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. The article. Yeah, I can't tell you how many students and how many people say I can't be understood. The number one thing I do first, if they are saying the instead of the,
Mhm.
it's life-changing for any native speaker to understand you. Because the could be so many different things. It could be the beginning of the word. It could be of the next word. It could be the end of the last word. Z. We just don't have this sound or as a word independently. So it's really, really hard to understand a non-native speaker if it's the. Oh, I went to the store and I bought the apples and the bananas and the whatever. It's
So like
terrible.
everyone keeps saying the word that doesn't exist all the time.
Yeah, it's awful.
confusing. Yeah.
So
And there's a lot of articles in English when you speak, so it's definitely misleading.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I keep thinking about the examples in Russian, how that would sound
Yeah, what do you
if
think?
someone in Russian would be saying like.
I mean, you guys don't have articles in Russian, right?
Yeah, but still, like someone would be repeating the word that is non-existent all the time. That'd be strange.
Try and imitate it.
No, I don't.
With a-
I don't even want to go there.
Okay, cool. Moving on to the word put.
Oops. Put.
That's really nice.
Put.
You know
Put.
what's the bad Russian way to do
Put.
it? Yeah.
Put. Let me put. And put. Can you describe what put is?
Put is a fart. Put is like a baby word for when air comes out of your butt. So
Puknуть.
I don't know what that means.
Puknуть is put.
Is put.
That.
So we don't want to go around saying put. We want to say put. Put this on the table, not put this on the table.
This, you guys can imagine how ridiculous it sounds when your accent is doing this to you. Let me put on the table. Go ahead. Sure.
So what's the difference between ooh and
Ooh and ooh is you put your lips together.
Yeah, we're making this
Full
really
lips.
tiny circle with our lips. Ooh, 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 ooh. Also, what do you feel in your tongue when you do that?
Ooh,
ooh.
ooh. Maybe ooh. Yeah, it kind of also goes up.
Tongue is up, but it's also really far, like pulled back really far, right? Between
Ooh.
the other tongue high position that we were talking about is this E sound, right? E. And now I want you to switch between E, ooh. E, ooh.
E, ooh. E, ooh.
Yeah, really an E, not E.
E, ooh. E, ooh.
You feel your tongue pulling back?
E,
It's like going back?
E, ooh. Yeah, E, ooh. E, ooh. Mm.
E is forward and high. Ooh
E.
is like high and back.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Feel it?
Yeah.
Cool. So, ooh, you guys should know how to do this. It's in your native language. Now let's talk about this sound. So to make you just relax everything about 60%, right? It's not ooh anymore, but the lips relax. I'm going to say relax 40%, so you still have 60% of that rounding there, of the corners of the lips coming in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Ooh,
explanation. Wow, you're good. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, so this part, sorry to touch you, this part is just coming in just slightly. Yes, great. So, and then in your tongue, what do you feel happening? Ooh, ooh,
oo, oo, oo. It's also relaxing.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not totally. Again, we're not going to this sound. That'd be too far. But we're halfway in between oo and So we're oo,
Ooh, ooh,
So can you you're you're losing the lip rounding.
Yeah. Ooh, it helps to know which sounds we're talking about, I think, like which words.
Which words? So let's try this one. Put, put.
Put, put. Put, put.
Mm-hmm.
Put, put.
Put.
Put, put. Put.
Put, put.
Put, put.
Great. That was a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move to the other words in our list that use this sound shift are book, look, and took. So I often hear Russians say buk, luk, and tuk
All the time.
because these are all spelled with a double O. Just because there's a double O in English doesn't mean it's an ooh sound. I'm sorry. I know you were taught that. It's not always correct. These are indeed exceptions to the rule, but we've got to know that it goes from ooh to on these words. So let's hear bad Russian and then go to English. Book, book.
Book, book.
Again, book, book.
Book, book.
Nice.
Book.
Yeah.
Book, book.
Look, look.
Look, look.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, you can now relax the lip rounding just a little bit more.
Look.
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 Yeah, can you drop your jaw a little bit when you say this? Look.
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 Yeah.
Look.
Look. Look.
Look. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Look. I gotta tell you something. Look.
Took, took.
Took, took. Took, took.
Great. So I took a look at the book I put down.
I took the look at the book I put down.
Not bad. Try it again.
I took a look at the book I put down.
Great. Okay, now I want you to take out all of the pauses in between the words. So we're not going faster at all. We're just erasing the pauses in between words. So I took a look at the book I put down.
I took a look at the book I put down.
That was really nice. Book went a little bit more towards book that time. Try again.
I took a look at the book I put down.
Nice. It's a process, guys. If you want to continue with us, we would love to see you at the online course. You start by sending in a recording of yourself reading a text passage. It's called the Rainbow Passage. It's specifically written to include all of the common mistakes that people make in SoundShift. So you record yourself reading this, you send it to me, I correct it, I tell you what words and what sound shifts to watch out for. Then you complete our 30-day challenge. So in the 30-day challenge, we have one lesson video where we sort of talk about exactly how to make the sound, then one practice set video, and that's where there's a 10-word or 20 words and 10 practice sentences for the sound shift of the day.
The sentences are funny.
Oh yeah, the sentences are funny. They're written by my friend Matt Minicino, who's this awesome New York City playwright. And then the third video of each day is a review video to make sure you're repeating and keeping up with what you learned in the previous days.
It's all about building new habits, and building new habits is all about repetition. And we practice in the small groups in Telegram. That's another way you can do it. And we have some students now that go through 30 days of the challenge, and then they go in another challenge because they just feel like, wow, great, it feels that I'm getting so much better, but I want to come to this unconscious competence where you stop thinking about it and they just go naturally. That's where we're heading.
Great. So join us. We'd love to have you. We here at Elk Academy hope that you always remember that education plus love equals knowledge. Equals knowledge. Okay.
Equals knowledge. See ya.
Bye.